one of the things that Ethereum is doing is creating this smart contract system, which would do the job that lawyers do, that the legal system does now,
Well,
basically
to
making it
some
obsolete.
degree, sure. I think it handles the sort of busy work that a lawyer would do. So ideally it frees up lawyers to be more creative. It may remove some of the busy work lawyers from the profession. Maybe they should go do something else that's more creative. But yeah, essentially you'll be able to, let's say, it's self-enforcing contracts basically. So you've got one party, counterparty, and they maybe choose a bunch of clauses. It could be an employment contract, it could be a marriage contract. So choose a bunch of clauses, sort of templatized, fill in some numbers and some names, and essentially on the system, if there is a point in time at which something needs to happen or some resolution of some proposition in the contract, the software basically realizes that instantly, automatically, and pays out to one person or another. It executes the contract automatically.
So is this something that you think will drastically make the legal system more efficient, or is it going to start to phase out certain parts of it?
I think much more efficient. Just in terms of, I think it makes businesses more efficient. If you're writing up contracts, there will be a lot of different templates that you can choose from, and you can do a purchase contract, a leasing contract, all sorts of different things. And as we build up a library of contracts, then you won't need to have the lawyer, the in-house counsel, or outside counsel help you with these things. It'll just be pretty much standardized.
It's one of the most frustrating things in the film industry, for example. You have all this momentum, you have all this energy going forward. We're selling a film, and we're hiring a sales agent or a distributor. The producers love them, they love us. We're really excited about the project. We want to get going, and then all of a sudden, all that momentum and energy is just ground to a halt, while the lawyers push paper back and forth with each other for about 4 weeks.
We should clean that up. We should create an infrastructure for the film industry.
Absolutely.
Or something like that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So is that Ethereum's main focus? Is it the smart contracts, or how?
That's one of the pieces. So smart contracts, identity, persona, reputation. So everybody's going to be an economic actor on the system.
Okay.
And unlike the internet that doesn't have a built-in payment system, it's sort of got a bolted-on, incredibly insecure sort of identity vending machine that vends your own identity to hackers in enormous numbers. But these sorts of systems, especially Ethereum, will be very secure, and
how secure is very secure? Because there's a difference between very secure and completely secure.
So the internet was built by naive technologists 30 years ago, and it's an amazing achievement, and it's brilliant, and I live in it 16 hours a day probably, and it's changed the world for sure. But it's been built as a set of layers, sort of patchwork, one on top of the other.
Okay.
And it wasn't really built with security baked in right from the start.
Interesting.
And by security, what I really mean is strong cryptography. So these sorts of decentralized networks, networks on which value is transmitted and stored in the form of the Bitcoin token or the Ether token, they need to, each person's interaction with that network needs to be mediated by strong cryptography. So if you have a Bitcoin wallet, then you need control of your, it's called a private key, basically.
Right.
And so if you can maintain those things in a secure way, the private keys, then the mathematics of the system virtually, probabilistically, guarantee that all of your transactions will be secure.